Hey girl, hey! Welcome back to my channel. It's so good to have you here. So for today's video, I thought I'd take some time and do a good old makeup tutorial. I know some of you guys have seen my Best in Beauty drugstore makeup, and I really wanted to use some of those products in today's tutorial to create a look so that you can see how they perform on my face, especially if you're considering purchasing any of these items. And you know what? It's just been a while since we had a good old drugstore beat. So without any further ado, let's get into it. I do want to say, if you're not subscribed, girl, smash that subscribe button, join the family, and let's get into primers. So I'm a huge fan of using multiple primers because I have combination oily skin. So for my oily area, I'm going to use the e.l.f. HD mattifying balm. As you guys can see, especially from my last video, I've used most of it up, but there's still some left around the sides. So I'm going to take my Flower Beauty makeup sponge, which I really like, and just kind of scrape this all around the sides. Then I'm going to take it and just press it into those areas. I'm going to be applying this to my forehead, down my nose, and also my chin area, because those are the areas where I get the most oily. And I find that applying it with the sponge is probably just the best. I feel like you get the best results. It actually really holds back the oil that way. There's something about just using your fingers where, I don't know, it just doesn't, it's just not great. Now for the rest of my face, I'm going to be using the CoverGirl True Blend Base Business. This is the skin smoothing one, and I'm going to apply that in all the other areas. So my cheeks, and also, you know, kind of like around my jawline, all that. So for our foundation today, I'm going to use the Maybelline Superstay. This is the shade 355 Coconut, and it's been a long time since I used this. Always, I love when they have the cap. The cap on here is just thebomb.com, and you get a nice good size helping for one pump. I'm going to go in with 2 pumps first. I'm going to use the bottom part of the sponge and just go ahead and pounce that out. I also really love, you guys, how full coverage this is. I feel like it's one of the few drugstore foundations that really deliver on that full coverage promise. See how like nice and smooth that finish is? And I had a little bit of redness on my upper lip, and it covered that. So I really love that. Now for concealer, I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Maybelline Age Rewind. This is in the shade Tan, and I'm going to go ahead and crank this baby up. And then I'm going to apply it under my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, my forehead, also my chin, and my upper lip area. Again, I have my little Flower Beauty sponge, which I really like. It's a bit more expensive. I think it's like $12 or $13. I got this at Walmart, and I really love that it has the pointed part here, and it also has a flat little end here for any of your blending needs. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend out this concealer completely, make sure I get that flawless coverage and a nice seamless transition between where the concealer ends and the foundation begins. Now we gotta set all of this cream / liquid products. So we're gonna go in with the Maybelline Fit Me. This is shade 35, and I'm gonna be setting my concealer or any high points of my face with this baby. For cream contour, I've got my favorite. This is the Milani Contour and Highlighter Cream and Liquid Duo. I go in with this cream contour side right here. I believe this is the dark deep shade, and I just go ahead in all the normal areas here. Gotta define that jawline, honey, because those holiday treats have been making their appearance in my face. So I need that. And also right here on this other side, I'm going to leave my forehead just because I don't want to get my lace front dirty, but you can go ahead and do that if you want to. And then I'm gonna go in with my Real Techniques sculpting brush and just kind of blend that out. And then once I've got the placement of that just fine, I kind of want to make it a little bit more subtle. So I go in with my makeup sponge and just kind of dab that along where I applied the contour. Now, of course, I gotta go ahead and set that, and I'm gonna go into my BH, and it's my Ray Ray palette here. Now on the bottom side here, it's got all the lovely contour shades, and I'm gonna go in with this middle one called Mocha and apply it under my cheeks to define my cheekbones and also my jawline as well. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and switch things up and go to the eyes, and I really wanna do a simple eye look just because I'm going to be using a more like dramatic lip color and I don't want them to clash too much. This right here for eye primer, this is the CoverGirl. It's their Lid Lock Up, and I'm just going to be applying it using the doe foot applicator, and then I'm gonna be blending it out with my just like a regular concealer brush to really buff it out. Okay, so I know it looks a little bit wild right now, but don't worry, we're gonna cover all this up with shadow. I'm gonna go in with the Profusion Sienna's palette, which I was telling you guys I really love. Warm tones are just, it's it, like all right here. So I'm going in with this shade right here, Cryptic. It's this beautiful kind of like a deeper orange color, really just giving it a nice seamless blend and in that transition area. And I'm using windshield wiper motions. Next, I'm gonna go into this shade right here. It's called Madly, and that's going to be my lid shade. So I'm using a flat shadow brush from Sonia Kashuk and applying that all over the lid. Also, a good key here, guys, is you wanna make sure when you're picking up the shadows with this palette, you wanna tap your brush off to get all the excess off, so that way you don't end up with fallout underneath your eyes. I'm also going to end up bringing this right down here into the outer V area. So now that's it. The eye look was really simple as far as the shadows go. I'm gonna use my Essence liner. This is the Rock and Doll Duo Stylist. As I told you guys in my last video, this has a ball, as you can see here, applicator, and I really like that for, you know, when you're not doing a wing. It really just helps it to get really down there by that lash line, you know? For lashes, I've got my handy dandy Kiss Look So Natural lashes, and these are the style Poise, and I really love them for just that natural, not too dramatic, but like just fluffy lash look. Now, while my lash glue is still drying on my eyes, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 40 right here. And this is a little trick that I like to do. Now, because I have such a round face, I like to take a darker powder, and then I like to take a powder brush. This is from Real Techniques, and just kind of go over all of these areas right here to kind of bring the face, like make it look a little bit more snatched. And I just use circular motions just like this. Now for blush, I'm gonna go ahead and open up this bad boy, and I'm going in with Neo. Now honey, all you need is just a quick little dab of this stuff because it is pigmented. Now see how much blush I got on there by just using like just a touch? It's crazy. Now I'm gonna go back in my shade 35 of the Fit Me powder, and I feel like I really want to carve out underneath my bronzer. So I'm gonna dip the sponge in here. Now I just leave it on for just a second, and I take my setting powder brush and just dust it away. Now for my favorite part, highlight. So we're gonna go in with the e.l.f. Power Glow Highlighter. This is in the shade Gold right here. I always shake it up because I want to make sure that the contents are mixed up properly. And then I just put literally one drop on the back of my hand. There we go. Got a little bit more than I expected. And then I go in very lightly with like my ring finger, and then I apply it like so. And then I use my middle finger that's bare, and I just blend that out. Now before we go ahead and add the powder highlight, I want to take my CoverGirl Lip Lock Up spray and just do the first layer of setting mist. Now I'm going to open up my Master Chrome. This is the Molten Gold highlighter. And honey, this one is poppin'. We literally just need like a tiny bit. So I'm gonna dust some off. You see how nice that looks? It looks like it's really goldeny and reflective. I did go really light on the Maybelline highlights. Of course, you can always build it up if you want some more. So for my inner corner highlight, I'm going to go into my Profusion Blush and Glow number 2. And I'm gonna go right into this color right here. It's called Passion. So I'm applying it right in that inner corner with a nice rounded brush and really blending that into that lid color as well. So we get a nice seamless transition, and I think it's a really, really nice accent. So for my lip color, I'm gonna go into my Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink. This is the shade Voyager. It's just such a nice, sultry, like beautiful deep red shade, and like I told you guys before, this stuff really does stay on. Like, you need oil and true makeup remover. It's not just gonna come off with like water. So here is what the finished look looks like. It looks bomb, right? Like, it actually turned out to be such a beautiful classic holiday glam look, which I wasn't intending on, but it just turned out like that. So I hope you guys really like this. Please don't forget to check out some of the videos right next to me. My Best in Beauty series is definitely a must watch. Also subscribe if you're still here and you're not subscribed to the gang. All right, I love you guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye.